following is a live copyrighted presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for RadioLawTalk.com with your host, Frederick Penny, attorney at law. And now, RadioLawTalk.com.
Welcome this beautiful March 9th, 2019 edition of Radio Law Talk. Again, the most exciting, fun, clearly the best show on earth other than I'm going to add the Alien shows and the Michael Jackson HBO show coming up. That's for sure. It's going to be a little more entertaining than Radio Law Talk. Just a touch.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
A touch more exciting than Radio Law Talk. Remember, we're talking about general topics of law. Stick to a local lawyer. However, I was thinking this morning, as I was discussing this before I introduced my hosts, Todd Cohen, Denise Dirks, we're here. The family's here. Cal, welcome behind the mic in the room, and Donna, our call screener today. You know what I was thinking? I think, should there be an exception to our disclaimers, Cal? I'm going to ask Cal because he's an independent third-party non-lawyer.
And I know nothing, yes.
Yeah, but he's a non-lawyer.
Perfect.
Should we have our disclaimers about not using whatever we say in law talk before the courts or before a judge? Do not use what Denise, Fred, and Todd say as the gospel truth. With the exception, with the exception, I'm going to repeat it twice.
Yes. With the exception.
During Thanksgiving holidays around the table with the family. Let me tell you about the politics and the law. Here's the gospel truth. I heard it on Radio Law Talk, and Todd and Denise said the following. And then you could use that around the dinner table, Thanksgiving, the holidays,
sure.
and
Easter,
Christmas, even Easter.
Sure. Yeah.
You could quote us to shoot down your relatives that you don't want there.
And the most perfect thing you can say to your relatives is,
"You're all morons."
You could say that too.
Just say it. Just
say it.
And you know why that would work?
Because it's true.
Well, the reason it would work is because typically around the table, the authority for any proposition is the infamous yet never identified they. They did a study. They said one time and now
or the I heards.
Or the I heards, yes. Yeah. But now you've got one step above it. You're now putting a name and a face to the they.
Yes.
So you would win all your arguments.
They say, and then what would you quote after the hey? Well, who's they?
Who's they? And
what
then,
do you say?
And then you'd say, well, I'll see your they, and I'll say, well, how about Radio Law Talk?
How about Todd Cohen on Radio Law Talk?
Yeah.
That.
What do you think of that? What do you think?
I think it's great. I love that idea.
Can we do that?
Sure.
I think that's ethical to say that, go seek your own counsel, but you know what? Use us to quote during any and all holiday dinner table arguments.
And you can say it's one step above the family law student who's been in law school for a year.
No, I'm not quite sure. No. We're not that high.
Okay, never mind.
That is true, Cal. I remember those days.
Oh, yeah.
You're a first year lawsuit. Yeah, let me opine for you because I've had 1 year of torts.
I got to tell you something.
I know everything.
I got to tell you something. This would be somewhat anecdotal, but my first Thanksgiving after I started law school. So Thanksgiving's in November. I'd been, in law school for 3 months by then?
That is on the door.
So my older brother, just give him kudos. He's 5 years older than me. The guy's got serious horsepower upstairs, scored in the 97th percentile on the GMAT, and he's just really, really smart. And always talked down to me. I was always second fiddle intelligent-wise, right? No matter what. But that first Thanksgiving, all of a sudden, everything he said was prefaced with, well, I haven't been to law school. He was so intimidated because I had 3 months of law school under my belt.
He was being deferential.
Yes.
He was being deferential to the first-year law student?
He was. It was awesome.
In our family, when our daughter went to law school, we all said, "Oh, I know. You've been to law school. Shut up."
No, I think that's go to law school just so you can one-up the people, all your relatives around the dinner table.
Absolutely.
But our discussions were always the same. Here's the issue.
I'm going to give you my analysis. This is the rule of law.
And then you can tell me what's wrong.
Or, I'm sorry, I did it wrong. Here's the issue. Here's the rule of law. Here's the analysis. And this is the conclusion. How many of you had discussions with your family where you used that same pattern that you used?
And then right after that, it's pass the gravy, please.
Yes.
And the turkey. No, that's anyway. I was thinking about that's what we're going to do. So anyway, remember our disclaimers are very important. Just we're talking about general topics of law, and stick to the law with your lawyers, but don't quote us other than around the turkey table. Call us at 855-LAW-RADIO or tweet us at Radio Law Talk. We have case or no case today. We're going to have it all 3 hours. Join us for these 3 hours. Those of you who are listening at a later time, because this is rebroadcast, do not call in unless it's 9 to noon Saturday Pacific Standard Time.
I think you can leave a message, can't you?
Yeah, leave a message.
Yeah, or you can tweet or email or anything. We see them.
Yeah,
we get them.
That'd be easier. Email would be best. Yeah.
Yeah. But we're going to talk about a few things today. That's ready for the shocker. Get ready for something that's going to shock our audience.
Stunning.
We're going to talk about Stormy Daniels and Cohen today.
No.
Oh, my gosh. That's a stunning and exciting one. We're going to talk about – too late, Cal. Don't worry. Yeah, I just set you up. Uber is not criminally liable for the first known death of the self-driving car in Arizona. We're going to talk about that. And we are going to talk about Mr. Michael Jackson, the lawsuits that his estate is now suing HBO for, I believe, is it $10 million? I don't know. I have to look. I can't remember the amount, but they're suing him.
I think it was $100 million.
Maybe it's $100 million. I got to go back and look. Yep, that's it. And I think it's tonight, the 9th. Isn't it going to be shown tonight? It was at the Sundance Film Festival, but it's allegedly...
I think it's tonight or tomorrow. It might be tomorrow.
It's the 9th, which is, I think, tonight. I don't know. It's tonight or tomorrow.
It could be. Yeah, it is tonight.
But anyway, what they're going to do, we're going to talk about the details of that, at least the details that we know, and the supposed lawsuit. And their basic argument is it's not a documentary if you don't put both sides out. And they're not really discussing the side of Michael Jackson's.
But they already put and their argument back. Well, we'll get into that, right?
Yeah, we're going to get into that. Yeah, we're going to get into that. Good.
Right.
And then we're going to talk.
Bonnie and Clyde wasn't a documentary, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And we're going to talk about Papa John's founder, the lawsuit that he's bringing against Papa John's. It looks like it's settled. We're going to discuss the Papa John's lawsuit. We're going to talk a little bit about the judge blocking, this is the second time, one in New York, now in California, the judge is blocking the Trump administration from adding the citizenship question to the 2020 census. This is going to the United States Supreme Court.
Yeah.
They've already said it's going to go up. They're skipping over even the appellate court.
And it's which census is it? 2020, right?
2020.
Wow.
It makes no census.
Yeah.
Sorry, bad pun.
And then here's another shocker, Cal. I know you've got that set up. I've got multiple shockers today, so be prepared. Another shocker, Johnny Depp is filing a lawsuit.
What?
Yes, Johnny Depp is filing a lawsuit, and it is he's trying to sue his ex-wife for defamation.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And breach of a non-disclosure agreement.
That's right, because they had an agreement. That's exactly what we're going to get into. We're going to talk about that. Facebook and Instagram's.
Way to combine those. Facegram?
Facegram.
And
Face Amazon Gram.
We're going to talk about that. And Cohen, ready? And this is another great Cohen story. And you know he's my favorite person because the sacred cow attorney-client privilege to me really irritates me. But
yes.
He is now suing Trump for $1.9 million in back attorney's fees, and we're going to discuss that.
I really want to see this suit.
Yeah.
I'm curious as to how this one's going to go.
Hey, Fox News beats the defamation lawsuit from Bill O'Reilly accusers. So Bill O'Reilly's still in it, and we're going to talk about why he's still in it. But Fox beats it. We're going to discuss that, and then. I'm not, Todd, you're the guy who knows all about movies. Actually, Rodriguez is
Well,
the best.
This is my line here.
Is this yours?
Yes.
Is this yours? Because I didn't.
Yes, because I watched The Real Housewives.
Yeah.
Tell me, who's Bethany Frankel? I don't even know
Bethany
who she is.
Frankel is one of the first Real Housewives of New York. She also, we'll talk about it after we get back.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about her when we get back. We'll be right back with Radio Law Talk.
There is more Radio Law Talk to come right here on your favorite radio station and, of course, streaming on RadioLawTalk.com.
All advertising for legal services on Radio Law Talk is strictly for the state or states in which the advertiser is licensed. For more information, go to RadioLawTalk.com.
Jason Rossback here with Fred Penny, managing attorney from Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers. Now, Fred, what type of cases are you dealing with now, and what sets you apart?
Jason, we help people with all types of personal injury cases. We're former insurance company trial lawyers. We understand the other side, which gives us a distinct advantage over our competition. Remember, we don't get paid unless we win.
That's Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers with locations throughout California. For a free consultation, go to pennylawyers.com or give them a call, 1-800-616-4LAW. That's PENNEY lawyers.com.
This is Denise Dirks. We can represent clients in divorce, legal separation, child and spousal support, custody, termination of parental rights, step-parent adoptions, guardianships, and even conservatorship matters. Call 1-877-886-7186 for a consultation.
The law offices of Denise L. Dirks provide family law services in Northern California. When the law affects your family, call 877-886-7186. The family of attorneys at Denise L. Dirks is here to help.
Hi, I'm Frederick Penny of Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers. I bet you're tired of hearing lawyer commercials, so just relax and listen to music for a few seconds. When you or a family member has been injured, call 800-616-4LAW or see us at PennyandAssociates.com. See, that wasn't so bad.
The cost of getting rid of garbage is high, and recycling products is lucrative. If you're a business or know of a business that needs an individual compactor or baler, call Northwest Compacting at 888-201-0911. If you already have an industrial compactor, baler, or shredder and need service, don't forget to call Northwest Compacting at 888-201-0911. Northwest Compacting, your full-service industrial compacting and baling company. Read more about them.
Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon you'll need a plan and place to survive. Forget bunkers. You're not a live underground gopher. You need survivalist camps, the ultimate fully functional, off-the-grid mobile survival bug-out house that's well-equipped and custom-built to outlast any other RV or trailer. Bold statement? You bet. See them now at survivalistcamps.com. That's survivalistcamps.com. Trust your family's survival to survivalistcamps.com.
The reviews for Extendivite are amazing. Here are some from Amazon. September 2018. Extendivite works in keeping my blood pressure in the normal range. I've been using Extendivite for many years now. May 2018. Great product. I use regularly and I rarely get sick. March 2018. This product has relieved what appeared to be angina pain in my chest and shortness of breath after climbing stairs. I'm quite happy about it. February 2018. My husband, son, and I have been using this product for a few months now, and we have noticed an improvement in our joints and blood pressure. Tell us your story. Get Extendivite today. To order, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822 or visit heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendivite.
Homemakers. Groceries by mail ships free. Try our amazing bacon. It stores in your pantry. No refrigeration required. Our value-added packaging provides a 10-year shelf life and protects the leanest, thickest, center-cut, fully cooked bacon in America today. Ready to eat right from the pouch or warm and serve. Always priced less than grocery for your everyday use. Savory and delicious. Order today at readytoeatbacon.com. readytoeatbacon.com.
You're listening to RadioLawTalk.com. And now back to your host, Frederick Penny.
We're back with our second quarter of the hour, and we're going to handle the most important part of Radio Law Talk, which is case or no case. So roll it, Cal.
What? You want to do it right off the top like that? Okay, fine.
Now it's time to play Case or No Case.
Before we begin, ladies and gentlemen, an announcement as to the score, just so everyone knows what's going on. Mr. Todd Cunin.
Do we have to?
Mr. Todd Cunin trails the pack with 6 points. Coming in second place is Mr. Frederick Penny at 13 points, and Ms. Denise Dirks has 17 points. And that is our current score. Fred closing the gap because Denise wasn't here last week, and that's the only way he could do it now.
Yeah, that's right. That's true.
It is baseball time, as you know. Spring training is already begun, and according to the New York Times, a gentleman by the name of Kenneth Sack signed a 4-year contract for 2 season tickets at $16,200 per ticket. Total value of the contract, $129,000. Mr. Sack paid the $32,400 for the first season. This was for a brand new stadium. And then he said, I'm done. Team, you didn't hold up your end of the bargain. When the team opened their new park, fans were pitched ticket packages, including guaranteed first-floor parking, private entrances. Neither of those happened, or they were done away with throughout the course of the season. And the team decided it wanted to do something about it, to seize the ticket holders' commercial building, valued at $725,000 and completely owned by the season ticket holder, so they can do something with it to collect on their $129,000 minus the first season payment. And so I ask you, Denise Dirks, case or no case?
Case or no case? So the question is, if you sign a contract, can the person, and you breach that contract, can the other person to the contract seize your commercial building and try to collect upon it? And that would mean only, in my opinion, it could only happen in a couple of ways. And that would be if the commercial building acted as security for the contract.
Did he put it up, in other words?
Exactly.
Like upon, did you give him your watch, right? Okay.
Right. Or if the contract somehow was involving this real property, which it doesn't appear to be, or if you have a valid judgment and then you put a lien against that property, then you could collect. But here you're asking me, is this a case? Mm-hmm. So that would mean I'd have to decide if it's a case, and then if so, what was the outcome? Mm-hmm. Well, that would mean if they would already have to have a judgment, right?
No.
Well, see, I was trying to fill that one out.
I'm just saying that the owner said, I know this guy. He's good for it. He's got a building. Let's go after the building. That's what I'm suggesting.
Well, that's possible, and he could sue and get a judgment. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to say it's a case, and the baseball team, whoever's doing that, loses.
Okay. All right. Fred Penny, case or no case?
Okay, here we go. Really quickly. There's a lot of issues that we don't know about. First of all, what the contract says. Let's assume the contract says that they're going to give them parking, and that's part of the contract. Then if they didn't allow the parking.
Right, but it didn't happen. He said they reneged, so I'm not paying.
They breached the contract, and that could be a way for him to get out, unless the contract does say something to the effect that if there's one or two minor things that don't occur, it doesn't mean the contract isn't valid. That might be in the contract also. Also, it comes down to there's no way they can go against his facility that he owns unless they received a judgment, executed on the judgment, and then put a lien on it. That's the only way they can do that. With all that said, this is not a case. It's fake.
Okay. I'm glad we went all the way around the track to come to that conclusion.
There we go.
All right. Mr. Cunin, what say you? Case or no case?
Well, Fred's taking the page out of my playbook, giving the long-winded answers. Come on, I've trained the Padawan well. So let me just to
I'm a Padawan?
And remember, Fred, Todd is behind in points. Anyway, go ahead.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, I lead from behind. So let me get this straight. Season ticket holder, it was a 2-year contract, but after the first year, he wants out.
It was not 2. No. It was a
3-year.
It was $119,000 at 32. So 3 years. 3 years.
So 3-year contract after the first year, he wants out. Do we know the team?
Yep.
Who's the team?
New York.
Is it the?
It's the fake look of something up. See, that's what just so you know, those you can't see.
I'm not going to tell you.
Cal pretends he's looking something up.
So we don't get to know who the team is.
I'm not going to tell you the team because there's a backstory there that I'll tell you afterward. But,
Gotcha. Okay, I am going to say that this is based on a true story. That there is all that, but it never got to the point where anybody ever filed a lawsuit.
So you're saying true story, but no case.
True story, but no case.
Oh, this happens all the time. Wait a minute. I mean, this type of thing happens constantly within these type of arenas.
Yeah, but it's no case.
But it's not a case. What Cal did is he is reading, because guess what's going on right now? It's spring break, and they're playing baseball. That's why spring training. Cal's thinking about that, and that's why he brought this up.
And that's why the answer. He has found something. This is a true set of facts that happened. It just never resulted in a lawsuit. No case. So
I'm with you.
Based on a true story, but no case.
So that's interesting. So Denise, Fred, you say no case.
No.
Denise, you say case, plaintiff loses. Todd says no case. Basically, you're saying it's
no case.
No case.
No case.
Yeah.
Boy, that is really interesting. This is going to be a fascinating outcome.
Okay, so I'm going to lose. I see it in
spring training.
I should have asked Denise to put some points up. Is that what you're suggesting? No, not at all. We have a minute left. I guess I could give you the answer now.
No, don't. I don't want to. I don't want to. Let's talk.
Hold it. Since can you tell us now who the teams are?
Yes.
We're already
locked in.
Yes.
Right.
The team is the Tampa Bay Devil Rays.
Okay.
Did I tell you the Tampa Bay Devil Rays story? I'd been to that stadium only a few weeks ago. Why? Shout out for my son-in-law who played in the East-West Shrine football game.
Right.
And I was in the Tampa Bay Devil Rays stadium watching him play the East-West Shrine game, which, by the way, brag, my son-in-law just was in the NFL Combine and did very well. So anyway, it is an interesting stadium. It used to be a hockey stadium, and they turned it into it's just a bizarre stadium. You got to see it. It looks like it's a big giant tent. It really does. I thought it looks like I was a tent. We're going to be back, find out what the outcome of case or no case is.
Hey, tweet us at Radio Law Talk or call us at 855-529-7234.
All advertising for legal services on Radio Law Talk is strictly for the state or states in which the advertiser is licensed. For more information, go to radiolawtalk.com.
I am Cameron Levitt, Chief Operating Officer of Concussion Medical Clinic. California's first concussion medical clinic is now open. As concussions increase each year, there has never been a greater need for concussion specialists. Our physicians at Concussion Medical Clinic are board certified in pediatric neurology and sports medicine and have partnered with universities, hospitals, and rehab clinics to expedite the recovery process. Simply put, we are elevating the standard of care. When you need an expert concussion opinion or concussion care, visit concussionmedicalclinic.com to schedule your appointment.
The cost of getting rid of garbage is high, and recycling products is lucrative. If you're a business or know of a business that needs an individual compactor or baler, call Northwest Compacting at 888-201-0911. If you already have an industrial compactor, baler, or shredder and need service, don't forget to call Northwest Compacting at 888-201-0911. Northwest Compacting, your full-service industrial compacting and baling company. Read more about them at Northwest Compacting.
Many women have so many clothes in the closet, but then we go to get dressed and find we have nothing to wear. We've all been there. We all want to be comfortable and fashionable at the same time, and it's difficult to find clothing that makes that task effortless. But at Letty & Company, you can find trendy, comfortable clothing that is affordable, things you'll want to wear every day. Shop with a purpose, online with free shipping. Just go to LettyandCompany.com. LettyandCompany.com.
Jason Rossback here with Fred Penny, managing attorney from Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers. Now, Fred, what type of cases are you dealing with now, and what sets you apart?
Jason, we help people with all types of personal injury cases. We're former insurance company trial lawyers. We understand the other side, which gives us a distinct advantage over our competition. Remember, we don't get paid unless we win.
That's Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers with locations throughout California. For a free consultation, go to pennylawyers.com or give them a call, 1-800-616-4...
USA Radio News with Rick Vincent.
A grand jury in Chicago has indicted actor Jussie Smollett after his claims that he was beaten and a rope put around his neck reportedly turned out to be false. His defense attorney Mark Garagos tells CNN's Anderson Cooper the media has ganged up on him.
I've never seen a media pendulum swing more quickly and more viciously and rob somebody of their presumption of innocence like this case. It's startling the way people assume that he's guilty.
He calls the 16-count indictment against the Empire actor vindictive and says Smollett maintains his innocence. Continued building of North Korean nuclear facilities has people looking towards President Trump for a response to address the aggressive behavior. Trump telling reporters outside the White House yesterday,
"Our relationship with North Korea, Kim Jong-un and myself, Chairman Kim, I think it's a very good one. I think it remains good."
You're listening to USA Radio News.
Step up your style with some of our best savings on quality flooring at Lumber Liquidators. Save 15% on all premium Bellawood hardwood floors from only $3.99 a square foot. Or save 15% on our best bamboo Morningstar Ultra. And let our professional installation team do the work for you. Plus, special financing helps make your tax refund go even further. Visit LumberLiquidators.com for a store near you. Lumber Liquidators. Beautiful floors for less.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-215-5141. 800-215-5141. That's 800-215-5141.
Bags under the eyes, crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles are things adults complain about as they age. Now, there's Instantly Ageless. It works in minutes and is great for men and women.
I've probably noticed in the past 5 years that my eyes have gained a lot of fine lines, wrinkles, my crow's feet have gotten deeper. Wow. I was hoping for 5 years, but that's like what my eyes looked like 10 years ago.
That is really cool. Wrinkle gone? It's easy. Just put it on your finger and go. Now I wish I had more down here because I can still see one wrinkle. It's bugging me.
I am a little bit emotional. Turning 40, I didn't think would be a big deal to me, but that looks like the me that I feel like inside instead of what I see when I look in the mirror.
Try Instantly Ageless today at GCNLife.com. That's GCNLife.com. 30-day money-back guarantee and preferred price discount at GCNLife.com. That's GCNLife.com.
You're listening to RadioLawTalk.com. And now back to your host, Frederick Penny.
Case or no case, the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, apparently a season ticket holder, got sued of some sort for breach of contract, and then they levied a supposed judgment against his building because he alleged that they were not upholding their end to what they promised for the ticket holders.
Like the private right to come into a private
entrance, first floor parking, all the stuff that if you're paying $16,000 a year to watch a lousy team for one seat, you would think that, I'm sorry.
$16,000, that's nothing, man.
Well, 16.
Well, what year was this?
No, that's per ticket.
2012.
Oh, was that per ticket?
No, not per ticket.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was for the whole season.
No.
Oh my gosh!
No. $16,200 per seat for the season.
So
he paid $32,000.
That's cheap, by the way, Cal.
Well, but it's not a box; it's just two chairs. Yeah, $32,000 a year, $109,000. It was just.
But again, for the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, maybe
that's my point. What do you pay?
I never even heard of them.
Well, but frankly, neither has anyone else.
That's the problem.
I think they had one good. They won a title 1 year.
Yeah, they won it. I mean, you think about it. They're an expansion club. They come in, and I think they won a title before the Cubs did.
Yep.
So, hey,
But still, I don't care what you say. You have to go. I don't know. I got to be careful. But that stadium, I was like, really?
Oh, yeah.
I'm seriously. It looks like a circus tent.
Well, people apparently pay money to get in there, good money, and some people decide they're not going to pay any more money. So the question is this. Those of you who say that it was, in fact, a case, may I see that would be Denise. Oh, Denise.
It's a case.
Oh, I knew that he was setting us up. Oh, Denise. Dang it.
And for those of you who say that the plaintiff prevailed, that would be the baseball team. A show of hands, please.
Nobody.
Because you would be correct.
Right. The team won and got his commercial building.
Team won. According to court records, the former Major League Baseball team owner, Jeffrey Loria, sued the former season ticket holder to seize the building, and he won. The case, however, has gone to appeal. The guy's lawyer has appealed, but in fact, I just learned from this was what pointed me in this direction. Mr. Loria has apparently sued 9 season ticket holders in just that 1 year.
Wow.
He was not averse to going after his customers in a court of law.
Ooh, I think that would not look good on the court of public opinion.
Do you think? Yeah. How come nobody buys season tickets? I don't understand it.
Well, the thing is it was after I submitted my answer, but I went and I looked up just really quickly what the Devil Rays record was in 2012. It wasn't bad. They were 90-72. I think they were a wild card team.
Yeah.
So, it's like I don't know that from a this is bad baseball standpoint, which a lot of people try to sue. Oh, you put a crappy product on the field, that's not going to work. But
never stopped people from going to the Kings in the lean years, and now they're starting to win, and all of a sudden they're a hot ticket again.
Yeah, without going into detail.
You know what's funny is that I've always heard that that Florida's a debtor's haven. So, I wondered, I'm curious how he got to that building.
I'm fascinated by the fact that the guy can say, you owe me $119,000, or well, in this case it was less than that. It was like, 80 something. So therefore, I'm going to go seize your $720,000 building, sell the building, give you, does he give him back the proceeds? How does that work, Brett?
I want to comment on that.
Please.
So what I don't understand is that maybe the facts weren't all written down that you read. How is it that they can get a judgment against that individual if they breached the contract and it laid out these specific things that they were going to give him as part of his season ticket, and they breached that part unless the contract's got to say in it, this no matter what you still pay, these are things that we will try to give you.
I think that there's probably one word in there, the team may or the team shall.
Yeah.
Right.
It could be that.
It could be something as simple as that.
But it also could be that first year they actually got all these things. He didn't pay, and then the second year they cut him back. So he may not have. He might have been the first to breach.
And maybe the fact that he didn't pay means they couldn't afford it.
Well, no, I think Cal said that no one got him, that no one did that. And that's happened before, by the way.
Really? Yeah.
Just to follow up on what Denise just said, she had heard that Florida is a debtor's haven.
Yes.
Yes. Interestingly enough, right after O.J. Simpson secured a not guilty verdict in the criminal trial, it wasn't even the end of the day. F. Lee Bailey was on a plane to Florida to purchase a home for O.J. Simpson because they knew the civil suit was coming. And in Florida, if you lose and you owe money, you cannot have your home foreclosed upon or anything to pay a debt. So that's what they did. It's why they went to Florida to keep that. Apparently, it doesn't work with commercial office buildings.
That's the next thing. Home, yes. Home, leave alone. Commercial property, they can go. It's really.
Yeah, there's no homestead in commercial.
Yeah, and Fred's thinking, dang, I should have gone after the king.
No. You can tell because the smoke is coming out of his ears.
I can see it.
Oh,
He's
my
irritated.
Gosh.
All I got to say is promise an elevator straight up to your suite. Where's that elevator? We didn't do that.
Well, it's around the corner. Yeah, a couple of blocks away.
There's two, but they're both around the corners.
No, from the parking garage, there's supposed to be elevators that go up to the suites.
Oh, so they changed the design on you. And I think that's probably what happened here. They just changed the design.
They do.
Yeah, practically.
My point is, I don't think that's very unusual.
No.
I think other teams do that. But, okay, let's talk about Bethany Frankel. Tell me go through who she is, first of all, Bethany Frankel, because this is something we need to talk about, but I'm not a watcher of this type of TV. So
I am not either.
This is the new soap opera for my generation, if you will.
What, 20s, 30-year-olds?
Somewhere around there.
Okay.
And so anyway, Real Housewives is Bravo, I think, produced. TV show, and it's about the housewives and their drama in their lives. And so it started with the Orange County, and then I think the next was New York, but I'm not positive. But I do know that New York is very, very popular.
Yes.
So Bethany Frankel was one of the first Real Housewives of New York. She also created a brand called Skinny Girl.
Oh, really?
And Skinny Girl, it initially was for margaritas, Skinny Girl margaritas, and she came up with a way for you to drink alcohol and alcoholic beverages, but with low calories. And so she sold off and made billions, literally, for that.
Is that the Skinny Girl salad dressings? Because my daughter, when I was on the diet, they made me use the Skinny Girl salad dressing.
Yeah, now she's got a whole line of products, but she didn't sell off. She kept her Skinny Girl identity. She kept that, and that's her own trademark, and that's her identity, if you will. But she sold off this one piece, Skinny Girl margaritas, and when she sold that off, this is not a joke, you guys. We're talking billions.
Not to be confused with Skinny Cow ice cream.
Exactly.
Which isn't bad, by the way.
Which also is not low calorie.
But lower calorie. Yeah.
Anyway, so she comes to the table with a lot. She left Real Housewives for a period of time right after she met Jason Hoppy.
She made $100 million selling Skinny Girl.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yes.
$100 million.
And she made millions on top of that when she had it.
For low-calorie booze, $100 million bucks?
Yes.
Whoa.
But it's good stuff, I will tell you that.
I mean, I can drink and not get... Wow.
God's all, where do I sign?
I mean, here you got guys over here with the beer gut and the beer belly. Say, not with my drink. No.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. Yep, I'm looking at the Skinny Girl salad dressing, and I have partaken of those Skinny Girl salad drinks during the diet.
Anyway, when she met Jason Hoppy, she started dating him.
Who's he? Tell her who he was.
Well, he's not really very well known.
Okay.
So I don't even know that much about him, to be candid.
Okay.
Because she left New York Housewives for a period of time when she was married to him. And he was just somebody she met, and she got pregnant, quite honestly.
How does that happen?
They got married.
What?
Procreation.
How did that happen?
Okay, three guys.
Denise is drawing sketches right now.
Denise just gave me the look like
figures.
When a man and a woman love each other, hate each other, want to get back at each other, want to make an ex jealous, want to go on. I digress.
Anyway, it's really what happened is that during their marriage, it was not good. And then the allegations are from Bethany that Jason Hoppy had actually emotionally, physically, all of these different ways abused her.
Well, by the way, which is a shocker in a divorce case, right, Denise?
Right.
Ha, ha, ha.
He actually got arrested, and he settled the criminal matter by agreeing to a 6-month protective order, but he didn't admit to any facts. So there's no facts saying he abused his wife. And now, after an entire it's been 2 years since it kind of blew up, and she said, I have to go for full custody. But she initially gave him joint legal custody because she wanted to just make things go away, make the conflict go away. Let's co-parent this. And she thought that was a showing of good faith.
And stop there, Denise. The co-parenting thing was interesting. They were living together and co-parenting, isn't that correct? In an apartment for a year. Then she said, that's it. I can't do this.
2 years.
2 years.
2 years, and they were fighting over the apartment.
Yeah. Well, we're going to talk more about this with Denise. Denise, she's the family law lawyer. This is kind of interesting. Those of you who have dealt with divorces, we'll be right back.
This is Radio Law Talk on RadioLawTalk.com and on your favorite radio station, and we thank you for listening.
All advertising for legal services on Radio Law Talk is strictly for the state or states in which the advertiser is licensed. For more information, go to RadioLawTalk.com.
Most of you know that heart disease is the #1 silent killer in the U.S. What if I told you for just $54.95 a month you could fight against heart disease naturally? At Heart and Body Extract, we've been helping thousands of people get back to a healthier heart. Don't just take my word for it. Check out all of the success stories at hbextract.com, or to order, call 866-295-5305. That's 866-295-5305. hbextract.com. Don't risk it when you can take charge of it.
The Genesis Communications Network is one of America's premier broadcasters of captivating talk radio. We thank you for listening. Now, just imagine, there are thousands of people who are just as passionate about radio as you are. But what you may not realize is how easy and affordable it is to advertise with us. Radio commercials for your business could be heard on hundreds of radio stations across the U.S. every day. We can help you by creating an effective radio advertising campaign for your company. From script writing to producing your commercial, just like the one you're listening to right now. No other network provides the level of customer service we do. When it comes to radio advertising, we are your one-stop shop. And no matter how big or small your business is, we can help. Email us at advertise@gcnlive.com, and an experienced advertising executive will help you take the first step towards driving more customers to your business or website. Advertise@gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective.
We pledge allegiance to one flag, and that flag is the American flag.
Did you know the official national American flag has never been manufactured for retail stores? The one that Americans fought and died for. The one symbol that represents our Constitution. Now you can be a part of this great movement that's never been seen before. Together, we'll recapture America. Call 1-877-383-4777 or visit theofficialflag.com. Theofficialflag.com.
Many people believe they don't control their own destiny. Let them continue just getting by while you make the choice to do something about your future. Imagine working from home, earning the income you deserve. Just visit startlivingyoung.com and click on the Be Your Own Boss tab. Discover Juness, a state-of-the-art global health company with over $1 billion a year in sales. They'll provide all the tools you need to succeed. Visit startlivingyoung.com today and click on the Be Your Own Boss tab. Your destiny awaits at startlivingyoung.com.
Let me ask you something. What are you doing when you put money in a 401k or IRA, or store jumper cables in your vehicle, or purchase health insurance? You're preparing. You're preparing to ensure you have enough money for retirement. You're preparing for when your car battery dies, or to have assistance paying a major unexpected medical bill. That all makes sense. The same goes for building a food storage plan. You're preparing for when emergencies or disasters strike and shelves go empty at your grocery store. The best way to prepare is with My Patriot Supply. They've helped 1 million hardworking Americans become more self-sufficient. My Patriot Supply sells hundreds of items, including dozens of emergency food kits at MyPatriotSupply.com. It could be an earthquake, a cyber attack freezing our banking system, or a disaster that shuts down our power grid for weeks. For all these emergencies and more, get your supplies and prepare today at MyPatriotSupply.com. No more rushing to find empty store shelves because you're too late. Do it now so you're ready. MyPatriotSupply.com.
Complement your health with hemp-derived cannabinoid oil. We've always believed that the closer to Earth, the better it is for our bodies. Our hemp-derived cannabinoid oil is phytocannabinoid-rich, full-spectrum, and organically grown. Finally, hemp made easy, clean, and effective. GCNhemp.com or call 877-878-4203. That's right, we cut through the red tape. It's now available at GCNhemp.com or call 877-878-4203.
If you pay my fee, I'll take your case.
You're listening to RadioLawTalk.com. And now back to your host, Frederick Penny.
And of course, that's a pun. We have fun. That is not necessarily the case here. But we're talking about Bethany Frankel and why she sobbed. And we're going to talk about the interesting thing, why she really started sobbing in court was the interesting thing. But
there's one thing, Denise, and we talked about this off the air, and you wanted me to mention this. In describing the allegations, actually in the civil suit, there isn't an allegation that she made of physical abuse. What she said and what's in the article is that Hoppy subjected her to, quote, emotional and mental torture. I mean, that's terrible. But it wasn't physical abuse.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. And he was arrested for stalking and harassment.
Yes.
So it probably did not rise to the level of physical abuse.
But you were mentioning that in California.
Right. In California, there's a Family Code section 3044 that basically says that if there is a finding by a court or another agency that there's a perpetrator of domestic violence, then there's a presumption that arises that says that perpetrator shall not have custody. Unless, and then there's a part where they follow their probation, they do all this stuff, and this really does. It's very similar here in New York. That's what she's arguing. She's arguing because he was so abusive to her, and in front of their daughter. Yes. That this was really disturbing for their daughter, and it was harming their daughter, and so she should have custody of her daughter.
And as Fred had mentioned, one of the examples.
This is crazy.
One of the examples, and this was the one that really. I mean, this was what was the what started the waterworks, if you will, when she really broke down and started sobbing. Was she said that when he was reading stories to the daughter,
who's 9? Is she 9?
Yes,
8 at the time.
Fairy tales type stories that dealt with witches and stuff. In the middle of that, he looked at the daughter and says, "Your mommy would make a really good witch." And you hear about that, and sometimes you can chuckle and laugh and think about it, but then you think about it and go, that's just a terrible thing to say to a 9-year-old about their mother.
Exactly.
And oh my gosh.
Right, and Hoppy admitted to doing some of these acts, and he actually apologized for doing them. But unless there's some kind of a slap on his wrist from the court, he may continue this behavior because this behavior has been going on since 2017.
But he has an argument, too, on his side, Denise. Tell his argument. On his side, what's he going to argue, or he has argued that you say sometimes is difficult to prove, but may be an issue?
Well, because Bethany Frankel had a boyfriend who died from a drug overdose. He's saying that she puts their daughter into dangerous situations by having her around those type of people. Well, the reality is you have to prove that this person was actually around the child and using drugs in front of the child and, all this stuff. The fact that he died of an overdose, I mean, he could have been suicidal. We don't know exactly. And we don't know the contact that he had with their daughter. One thing I have to say about this couple is they've been so careful not to put their daughter's picture up, not to have her in any kind of publicity, and I have to give them credit. So to me, that gives me hope that these two parents can co-parent at some point and do what's best for their daughter. They just got to put away their old emotions, and they got to get over their distrust and hatred of each other, and they need to do it for what's best for their daughter.
Yeah, I think that's a great segue into sobbing to Cohen. Talk about a sobber and a whiner and an anti-attorney-client privilege man. You can tell Cohen.
This means I'm going to have to assume the position of Cohen here because you guys are going to assume the other side, right?
Yeah,
okay,
Cohen is just, you know me.
I have a hard job.
You know what I like about it. I am attorney-client privilege believer, and boy, the fact what he keeps saying and recently just said about him again, it's just his client. He's just nonstop talking about things that he discusses.
But you guys forget something really important. Back in 2017, at the very beginning, before Giuliani was involved, Trump's private attorney agreed to waive the attorney-client privilege and turned over voluntarily all of these documents.
But not everything. Just because they did waive at some stuff doesn't mean he's opened up to talk about everything.
It depends.
Oh, guess what? And not only that, what about the recording, privately recording? That you just don't do. I don't care if you waive it or not. You just don't do that.
Well,
you don't privately.
I'm not saying that that's client. Correct. It's hard to defend that, except it wasn't illegal under New York law.
Well, wait, if he's the attorney, you might be.
And my question is very simple. Aren't most of the members of Congress, a lot of the members of Congress, lawyers?
Yep,
do they not get this? Are they so bent on being political on both sides, frankly, that they don't get how important this is and what's really happening here? What am I missing? I got to be missing something.
Well, you're missing criminal conduct.
But see, but that's
not an attorney-client privilege. I'm not missing that.
Trump waived the privilege. I'm sorry. It's a waiver. You turn over the documents, those documents, and the subject matter of those documents is now fair fodder.
Okay, but this is the same guy, Fred, who said, but they said, have you recorded other clients? Sure. Can we have those tapes? Yeah. Sure.
Guess what? No,
I agree that it goes way beyond my comfort zone and ethics as an attorney. I totally agree with that.
Yeah, let me finish the one thing.
It's hard to defend.
But because you say, hey, you can have a Snickers bar in my pantry doesn't mean you can go take the whole pantry. So the point is, yes, his former attorney, his new attorney, did release some things and say, okay, you can talk about that. But don't. Cohen's gone beyond that. That's the point, is what I'm arguing.
And I don't think so, because the issue with Stormy Daniels, that's what the recording was related to, was the other one. I've always forget her name, but the other person that made the allegations, McDonald, something like that.
Ready for this? I got to finish, because we're okay. My client is a crook. My client's a racist. My client is a bigot. My client's a con man. No, that's that's not the situation. I guarantee he didn't waive that, part.
He didn't say you can say that about me. Yeah.
Or discuss that about me, because you know more than most people know about my intimate situation.
For those that might have been living under a rock for the last year or so, or even longer, the issue that we're talking about is something new that has come up with President Trump's former attorney, Michael Cohen. Now, as you're aware, he was the attorney, as everybody has talked about. He was President Trump's handler, fixer. He was the guy that went in and made the problem child stuff go away. Hey, we got somebody trying to get money because maybe you slept with him, maybe you didn't. I'll be the one that goes and takes care of that. And that was him. And he even went so far as to say, I'd take a bullet for Mr. Trump, which I think is interesting as a implied contract that apparently he breached. But the reason it's coming back up now is because Mr. Cohen has, he's been sentenced. He's going to go do his 3 years. He gave testimony before
Congress.
Congress.
Pled guilty to certain counts.
Yes.
And so it wasn't after a trial, but he pled guilty to get a lesser sentence. He's sentenced to 3 years.
I know, but that doesn't matter
prison.
what I'm talking about.
Okay.
What I'm talking about is that is where we're at. He's given all of the testimony to Congress, and now he has filed a lawsuit against Donald Trump claiming that when all of this started, Donald Trump orally agreed to pay Michael Cohen's attorney's fees throughout the entire ordeal, and that they've come to about $1.9 million, and he is now suing to force Donald Trump or the Trump Organization to pay his attorney's fees. And I'll tell you, that takes a lot of chutzpah.
Well, there's also a contract, and you're forgetting the contract.
Actually, there's no contract.
No, there is. There was a joint defense agreement. And that joint defense agreement involved him, Manafort, and other persons that were that before they cooperated with the Mueller investigation, they all signed a joint defense agreement. So this also arises out of a writing. The question is, does that writing provide for the attorney fees of Mr. Cohen to be paid when he starts cooperating with Mueller rather than staying in a joint defense arrangement?
Hardly a defense posture at that point.
All I am saying is, after reading the complaint that he filed, they refer to this as an oral contract to pay for the fees of one attorney who subsequently got out because his bill wasn't being paid, and they're relying on the oral nature of this contract. That is the crux of what they have. And Mr. Cohen, and maybe we can talk about this at the top of the hour, but just the idea that he would file this, given everything that he has done to arguably violate the terms of his representation of Donald Trump, is amazing. But we'll talk about this after the top of the hour.
Come back. We want to talk more.
Call us at 855-LAW-RADIO or tweet us at Radio Law Talk. We're going to talk more about this hour, too. Hold on.
Radio Law Talk will resume at 6 minutes after the hour, right here. Don't go away.
You have been listening to RadioLawTalk.com, a copyrighted presentation of Radio Law Talk Incorporated.